Today, we are diving into a really strange and beautiful text called Buku Harmony, which translates to the Book of Harmony. Now, it promises this incredible journey that starts with numbers, but ends with something much, much bigger, an endless smile. So let's see what that's all about.
Right out of the gate, the book hits us with this. I mean, it looks like a math equation, but it makes absolutely zero sense, right? 1 times 1 is not 25, and 25 is definitely not 7. So what in the world are we looking at? Well, this isn't a mistake, it's actually an invitation to think differently.
And that brings us to the real heart of this whole thing. The book is basically asking us to stop trying to solve this like a math problem and start looking at it as a path, a spiritual or philosophical journey to walk. So, all right, let's take that first step. Okay, so our first stop is to try and understand the language of this journey by taking a closer look at this impossible equation. And to do that, we pretty much have to throw out all the rules of math we thought we knew. Here it is. This is the big foundational rule of Buku Harmony. We're told that in this world, a number isn't about how many of something you have. It's more like a symbol, a name for a state of being, or even a kind of prayer. We're shifting from asking how much to asking what does this feel like? So the text tells us that the final number in that bizarre equation, the number 7, that's our destination. That's the point where harmony supposedly begins. But the book doesn't just say it. It actually shows us all these different winding paths that somehow all lead back to this one number. And that leads us into what feels like a kind of numerical maze or a labyrinth. We're about to see how all these seemingly random numbers get guided step by step towards the exact same conclusion. It's pretty wild. Okay, just look at how this sequence flows. It kicks off with 77, and then through this series of transformations that follow a kind of dream logic, it eventually just settles into the number 7. This isn't calculation, it's more like a metamorphosis. But what do all those arrows and steps actually mean? And boom, here's our key. The book tells us that every single step, every equal sign, isn't a statement of mathematical fact. It's a mantra. It's a meditative step. We're watching a ritual unfold, a process that's designed to guide the mind, not to figure out a value. And this isn't just a one-off trick. The text gives us more examples. There's a story of 9 princes that starts at 45 and also ends up at 7. Then you have 3 sevens, 777, which also gets distilled all the way down to a single 7. You start to see this hidden order emerging from what looked like total chaos. There's a system here, but what is it? Well, it turns out there actually is a secret code, a logical system hiding underneath this mystical labyrinth. The book calls it Theory H9, which stands for Harmony Modular 9 Theory. The entire system is actually based on a real mathematical idea called the digital root. It's super simple. It's the single-digit number you get when you just keep adding the digits of any number together. So, for example, take 729. You add 7 plus 2 plus 9, you get 18. That's not a single digit yet, so you do it again. 1 plus 8 is 9. In this system, that digital root is seen as the number's true essence, its permanent vibration. So the theory lays it all out for us. It starts with an axiom: the universe is based on a cycle of 9. Then, the postulate: every number has an essential core, its digital root. And finally, the prediction. When that core essence is 7, that's when you find tranquility. This was the hidden logic that was guiding us through that maze all along. But, of course, just when you think you've cracked the code and figured it all out, the book pulls the rug out from under you. It tells us that even this elegant theory, it's just another signpost. It's not the final destination. Now we have to move beyond the numbers altogether. The text offers up this really beautiful contrast. It says what we call arithmetic is really just a prayer mistaken for calculation. It's not a cold tool that separates things. It's a song we sing to ourselves. And even that logical Mod 9 system, that's just part of the song too. I mean, this line is just so powerful. The HM9 theory isn't the final answer. It's the absolute edge of what our intellect can grasp. It's the last rational step you can possibly take before you have to just leap into something else entirely, a state of pure awareness that logic just can't touch. So let's say we've followed the labyrinth, we've understood the theory, and we're standing on that edge, ready to leap beyond reason. The book warns us there's one last trap, one final mistake we can make. So what is it? There it is. The final mistake isn't taking a wrong turn or making a miscalculation. It's the search itself. The very act of looking for something deeper is the last barrier. But why? It's because the goal isn't something out there to be found, it's something to be realized. And this brings us to the final stage of our journey, to the destination promised in the title, the endless smile. The book explains this with a really stunning metaphor. The act of searching for harmony is what creates the very separation you're trying to overcome. By looking for a deeper truth, you are, by definition, building a wall between yourself and that truth. The search is the wall. And this is the ultimate destination. The endless smile isn't a number like 7, or a theory, or some secret place. It's a state of being, described as full emptiness, this quiet awareness where you realize harmony already exists as soon as you stop striving to find it. So after this huge cosmic journey through numbers and philosophy and paradoxes, the book leaves us with the simplest, most immediate instruction you can imagine. Just breathe. The in-breath is a 1, the out-breath is a 0. And in that simple, quiet space, right between the breath you take in and the breath you let go, the book suggests that's where harmony has been this whole time. Not at the end of some complex equation, but in the quietest, most fundamental rhythm of our own existence. Just sitting there, waiting for us to notice.